Reverend Pat for inviting me to come and do a little bit of a educational workshop on Proposition 50. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate your presence. My name is Maritza Cuestas, and I am from LA Voice. I'm a community organizer at LA Voice. But tonight, I am here to represent LA Voice Action. Let me explain to you the difference between both organizations. LA Voice is a 501c3. It's a multiracial, multi-faith community organization that awakens people to their own power. With more than 70 congregations across LA County, through which we reach out to more than 50,000 families and engage more than 10,000 people each year. That's LA Voice. And LA Voice Action is the 501c4 advocacy arm of the community organizing group LA Voice. While LA Voice focuses on community education and grassroots leadership, LA Voice Action works to influence policy and elections in Los Angeles County. How is the different from LA Voice? The main difference is in their function and legal classification. LA Voice is a nonprofit organization in focus, like I said, on broader community organizing, faith-based advocacy, and leadership training. LA Voice Action is an advocacy organization that is legally permitted to engage in political lobbying and more direct electoral activities. These include sponsoring ballot measures and endorsing candidates who support their policy goals. Next. As LA Voice Action, we are able to support any congregations or communities through the Faith Votes program on election year. And what is Faith Votes? Faith Votes is LA Voice name for our collective voter engagement work, and a strategy in an election year. Faith Votes is about three things: leadership development, building power, and creating concrete change. This is a special election year, and I would like to give you a background how we got here this year with Proposition 50. As you know, the U.S. Congress is part of the federal government that make laws. Congress has two parts, the House of Representatives and the Senate. Under the House of Representatives, we have 435 members, as you can see in the slide. Each member of the House represents an area of the state called congregational district. California has 52 congregational districts. Under the U.S. Senate, we have, U.S. has 50 states. Each one of the 50 states is represented by 2 senators, so that means we have 100 senators. The next election year is 26, which is next year, for the 435 representatives. So it is important that we raise our voice. If we don't want to continue with the situation that we are living in, we must vote next year to recuperate the seat that we lost in this past election. Congress is not standing up for the people who are losing their medication benefits. Judge rules and Congress is ignoring it. People are losing SNAP benefit, which are the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program that provides food to low-income families. Are we going to allow this to continue? Next slide. U.S., as you know, the census is every year. The next will be on 2030. This count is used to determine how many people live in each state and how many representatives in the House each state gets for the next 10 years. So why are we talking about this? Next slide. How do we get here? Before 2010, and as the slide mentioned, we voted to have a California Redistricting Commission. In 2010, California voters gave this job to an independent commission called California Citizen Redistricting Commission. That includes 14 members, 5 Democratic members, 5 Republican members, and 4 members who are neutral, not registered with any political party. The comments from, I thought that it was important for me to understand how the California Redistricting Commission feels about it, and I asked one of the commissioners. So this was her comment. Citizens commissions exist to hear directly from the people and to implement the will of the people. But the very citizens who established this commission in 2008 and reaffirmed then in 2010 did not sign away the rights to revisit the process. Democracy does not mean handing authority to a permanent group of elite rules. It means preserving the people's right to speak. That is why temporary changes are needed now. Next slide, please. What does Proposition 50 does? Proposition 50 authorized temporary changes to congregational district maps in response to Texas participant redistricting. This is a legislative constitutional amendment. In August 2025, Texas legislature passed a bill to adopt new maps for the 2026 election without a court order. Other states are also doing it now. I believe Florida already joined, and they are trying to see if they can do it in Utah or in Nevada. In California, voters must approve any type of changes to the statewide ballot measures. Like in this case, voters must decide in order to reserve democracy in this emergency election. Next. So less than 22 days until election day. Oh, sorry, I think yeah. Less than 22 days until election day. What it takes, what is at stake? Some people may, oh, that's what it was. I was looking at, okay, so Proposition 50 means that the state would use new legislative draw congressional district maps starting in 2026. California will, let me just go back. I am missing that slide, so sorry. The new maps will be drawn, and according to the way that it's gonna be drawn, then we are going to have the opportunity to recuperate the seats that we lost in the past election. So Proposition 50, that helped us to at least put us back into the fight for our democracy. Okay, so if we vote yes, we are allowing the voters that on the next election we are going to have maybe not equal the Democrats representative. We don't know how the election is gonna go, but we are allowing the redistricting until 2030, which is the next census, when it comes to the next census. Now, this one is a temporary proposition. A lot of people will tell you, oh no, we don't know what is gonna happen. Maybe they're not gonna do this. They're not gonna give it back to the California Redistricting Commission. But no, Proposition 50 retains California Independent Citizen Redistricting Commission and directs the commission to resume and enacting congregational maps in 2031 after the census in 2030 census every 10 years. So this commission is going to stand by waiting for the election in 226, which is next year, and the 228, because next year we're going to be voting for representatives in the House and the Congress, and on the 2028 we're going to be voting for a president. So what California is trying to do with the proposition is having these temporary changes, so we are sure that these two elections we're gonna have the power to vote, because even though that we will be voting next year, if we don't pass Proposition 50, then nothing is gonna change. Can you, next slide, please? So what means if Proposition 50 doesn't pass, that everything is gonna stay the same. So a lot of people will probably say, let's wait and see what happens, but these are the people who don't need or who's not being affected by the changes. These are the people that are not losing the medication benefits. These are not the people that are losing the SNAP programs, or these are not people that are losing the Medicare or Medicare coverage. So these the people that are saying no to Proposition 50 is because they are very comfortable with the situation as it is right now. So next slide, please. That's what is at stake. I think it's 22 or 21 days to the election date. Well, like I was talking about, some people may opt to vote no, only because they want to wait and see what happens. But this is not affecting them. And so this is like an emergency for us, the low-income families, for us that are not happy with what is going on right now, and we want to stop. Proposition 50 may not be the solution to stop all the, or to fix all the problems that we're having right now, but it's the initiation to stop what we are living right now, and it's a small step to make change. So we must remember we don't want democracy to die now, and that's a risk that we're taking and not voting yes on Proposition 50. So my suggestion is to vote yes and to do it as early as you can, and grab your ballot, sign it, seal it, and then go to the drop box, because there is rumors that if you wait until November 4th and you drop your ballot, then if that is not because of federal lack of employees at this time, they might not count your vote because it's not going to be postdated as November 4th. So the best thing to do is to sign the ballot and go to the drop box and put it there, because you can even track your ballot if you want to. Next slide, please. So what can we do? As LA Voice Action, we are supporting congregations, and then what we are asking the congregations is to make sure that you participate in phone banking, text messages, pledge card. And talking about pledge card, I brought this pledge card, so probably you can fill it out and do it for me. Only in this pledge card, you are just committing that you are going to vote. Not that you're going to vote yes or no, but that you are committed that you're going to vote. And I would appreciate if you fill it out. Right now, we are just doing the pledge card, but next year, you're going to hear from me or anybody else that they're going to be doing very heavily on close to the election, the primary elections, because a lot of people don't vote on the primary elections, and that's what it really affect our local communities. That's when we have to vote. Like I said, we are doing phone banking, we're doing text banking, and we also are doing the postcards. And there is also, the postcards are also like a digital for the ones that are not here present. They can do it through the QR code. Now, next slide, please. Days to remember. If you are not a registered voter right now, you have until October 20 to register to vote. So usually I am helping for registration, but today I didn't bring the information with me. All registered voters will receive a ballot. You already probably have. Some people have said that they haven't received it yet, but we have, they started going out on October 6th. The ballot drop off, those are being opened since October 7th. So if you have your ballot now and you fill it out, please, it's the best option that you have to go to the drop box and drop your ballot there. A special election day, November 4th. So if you're gonna do it in person, that's fine, that you wait until then. But if you're gonna do it by mail, it's better that you do it before, for the reasons that I already mentioned to you. So next slide, I would like to show the digital pledge card, so that way anybody that is looking at, that is not here present, they can fill out that form. And this is the one in English, and then I have one in Spanish. Thank you. Then the next slide, I would suggest for you to fill it out. Now in here, I was gonna ask one of you to read the comments that the commissioner did, and can somebody read it for me?
Let me put my glasses
on. Okay.
Comments from the commissioner. Citizens commissions exist to hear directly from the people and to implement the will of the people. But the very citizens who established these commissions in 2008 and reaffirmed them in 2010 did not sign away their rights to revisit the process. Democracy does not mean handling authority to permanent group of elite rules. It means preserving the people's right to speak. Again, when the circumstances demanded, congregational maps were drawn and certified in 2020. Since then, the national landscapes has changed drastically. Prop 50 gives Californians the right to decide whether these shifts are significant enough to warrant a temporary, unconventional adjustment in how we are governed. This is not radical or abnormal. Every new regulation, policy, or law comes from the shift in the majority's thinking about what is necessary to safeguard fairness, opportunity, or safety. We routinely add new guardrails when conditions change. Prop 50 simply asks whether the current moment, with the heightened threats to democracy itself, requires such guardrail. Independent redistricting remains strong as worthy principle when it is transparent, honest, and consistent across the states. But right now, we have faced a national environment where other states are openly manipulating maps for partisan advantage. To insist on holding fast to the process that works only when all states play by the same rules is to tie one hand behind our back while others dismantle this democracy with both hands.
Thank you. So I think she is a commissioner right now, and this is the way that she thinks, and that's she shared that thought with me. And I think also she was interviewed by Cult Matters, so you can actually see the actual interview in Cult Matters and LinkedIn. So I thought it was important for us to learn how people, she's not speaking up for everybody in the commission, but that's the way that she's seeing, and she knows that this is a temporary proposition, so she knows that in 2031, they're gonna come back and they're gonna redistribute the district again based on what comes out on the census. Okay, so we have a decision to make, very simple. If you are happy with the situation we are living now and once more, vote no. But if you are not happy and would like to make a change to stop more raids, separation of families, attacks to our state, then vote yes. The next slide shows when we are together, we win. So I just want to share that picture with you because these are different congregations, also volunteers that help us when we wanted to go to Sacramento to fight for policies or amendments that we wanted to do and benefits to the community. Okay, so any question? Next.
So one of the questions that I have is, this really is this is in response to what Texas did, and it's, from my understanding, it's to kind of re-level the playing field.
Exactly.
Okay, and if other states start, and from my understanding, Texas legislature unilaterally made the decision to change the boundaries for 5 districts to turn them basically from blue to red.
Exactly.
And so this is to basically create 5 more blue districts in California to balance that out. Yes?
Actually, when we had a conversation on Sunday with state leadership, and they were saying that actually it's only 2 districts that are really going to be impacted.
Oh, okay.
It is 5 that they are trying to redistribute, but the ones that are going to be really impacted is only 2. And I can't remember right now the number of the district, but I know it's one in Santa Ana. And what they're trying to do is because we vote already based on what it is right now, we vote last election, and that district, it was like separation from the census, with separation. So now what they're trying to do is to try to put them together again, so we can have a representation from that district that is, because right now it's like 2, and it's divided, so they're trying to put it together. So I completely forgot the number of the district. I know it's in Santa Ana, but yeah, so that's true. We are trying to, I would say, a fair distribution when we vote, but really it doesn't, we can vote yes on Proposition 50 today, but it doesn't guarantee that at the time of the elections, we are going to have the seats back. That is up to us when we vote, right? Yeah, but that's, Proposition 50 is the first step that we can do. It's an opportunity for us to do the first step and to show that we are against what is going on right now.
Right. And the difference with this is, instead of a partisan part of the state legislature making the decision, it's the citizens of California that are making the decision on whether or not to give approval for the
Yes.
redistricting.
Yes, because in other states, they don't give that, the voters don't have that privilege. In other states, like in Texas, they got a call, I want to make sure that these are red districts, and the governor said, okay, you have it, right? So that's why it's very important that we vote yes on Proposition 50, and also because if you remember, or if you really make some research, Congress is the one that has to stop the imbalance when this proposal or changes are going on, and they're not standing up to the administration. So because they are just doing whatever the government is asking them to do, right? That's why it is very important for us to make sure that we vote, and that we vote yes on Proposition 50.
And then one other question that I have is, you said at the beginning that other states are starting to do what Texas did. Does that mean that is California gonna try to balance out all of those? Or is the hope is that other more quote-unquote blue states would do what we're doing?
I think that I'm not sure right now, but what is going on right now is that because I really don't know the laws of each state, I could find out. If you want to write it down, I could find out. But as far as I know, we as Californians are doing this to protect ourselves. And remember, California is a target. So anything happen in California, right? We are a target. That's the reason why we need to protect ourselves and to stand up for what is going on right now. Okay. Any other question? For the people that are watching from home, I would like to suggest that maybe they can write it down.
I've asked.
Okay.
I have not received a question.
Okay, good. So, and then you can tell me later, Reverend. Yeah. Any other question? No? Everything is clear?
I mean, you did mention that you said with the cutting of a lot of administration, basically, you would suggest the earlier that you have your mail-in ballot filled out and sent in.
Yeah.
Is the mail-in ballot the only option, or is on November 4th you're able to vote at the actual?
No, mailing action is not the only action. You can go and vote.
You can vote early as well?
Yes.
Do you happen to know the website, so that way people online that might not have received?
You know, I really don't.
Yeah, I do apologize. It's just,
no, it's okay.
I figured that would be an easier way, because we got our mail-in ballots, but if you can fill it out online, that's why I wanted to ask that.
You mean if you can fill it out, the voting?
Correct.
The ballot?
Yeah.
I don't think you can't. I don't think you
Okay.
can't. But you know what? Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna find out.
Okay.
I think the reason why you cannot is because
The manipulation of the internet.
exactly.
Okay.
So,
So-
but I might be wrong.
No, you cannot vote online.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But people, if they have questions about voting in California, it's the Secretary of State. So it's www.sos.ca.gov.
CA.gov. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
So think
You
Secretary of State.
You can register online, but you cannot
Yeah,
vote.
no, I'm registered for
Yeah.
sure, but
Okay,
thank you.
good. Okay, thank you. So if we don't have any more questions, I don't know if everything is being clear.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So are we voting yes? I guess that's what I want to hear.
Well,
Yes?
You gave me, I also work as a DJ and a lot of the clubs that are around in our area in the Santa Clara Valley, so I think making a little thing that says vote yes on blah, 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 So would give people maybe just to see it,
Mhm.
might get them to just to persuade that way, because everybody's, you know, with the vote no and all the reasons, whatever, but the idea is just to get more people to vote yes and for the reasons. And being that it's a temporary redistricting,
Yeah,
makes it a little bit more safer for folks to be like, well, let's do it now, because they'll be able to revisit it in 2031.
that's true. Or
Okay.
next year, yeah, 2031,
Yeah, for when they
yeah.
can redo it again, yeah, okay.
Okay.
No, thank you, that's stuff I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah, so, okay, so I want to thank you, Reverend.
And how can they get a hold of you?
They can either call me at 818-388-0863, or they can send me an email at Maritza, M-A-R-I-T as in Thomas, C as in Zebra, A, at lavoice.org. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I filled out your thing online.
You
The
did?
Vote yes, the registration that you said did.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, so I did it online, so.
Okay.